Hello and welcome to Friday's edition of Cracking the Cryptic, where I'm going to be attempting to crack a cryptic on my laptop today. I'm having a short break, and I hope this will work. I'm not at all sure it will, but I wanted to make sure that we tried to keep doing the Crossword, the Friday Masterclasses. Now, let's have a quick look at the stats from today's puzzle. So that's John McCabe in at 4 minutes 40, which is quite a long time for him, believe it or not. Aphis 99 is Andy Fisher, 9 minutes. That's a long time for Andy. Let's just see if there's any more names I definitely recognise. I quite often look out for Tom Stubbs because I view him as a very good solver. 15 minutes. So I think this puzzle is hard. Misty Gris is real. Very, very good solver. 10 minutes. 10 minutes or so there. So this doesn't look easy. Do I have anything else to mention? Oh, earlier on in the week, Mark put up his solve of the New York Times crossword. I think it's called the American Crossword Tournament, actually, but it's obviously it's synonymous with the New York Times puzzle. The final puzzle is always fascinating for us as Brits because it edges into cryptic crossword territory. It's definitely a video I would recommend to you. Now, I'm just going to double check because I've done very little preparation today, being on a holiday, that I don't have a birthday to read out. I don't think I do have a birthday to read out in the crossword video, so hopefully I won't mess that up. Now, how do I go back? How do I go back and find the... here. Right. Now I'm going to get cracking. So... with holiday brain a go-go, let's get cracking. Excellent work, flourished in tense environment. I don't have my dictionary today either, by the way, so we're going to have to rely on just my little old brain for definitional stuff. Excellent work, flourished, I think, can be abbreviated to FL, but I can't prove it. Right. It's something. I've almost got this. I wanted to say top floor, actually, but that's not right. It's some top flare? No. It's something like that. So the way I've backed into this is that work, we've looked at this before. When you see work in a cryptic crossword, it very often is hinting at a musical work. And a musical work might be an opus. And believe it or not, opus has an abbreviation which is OP. So once I had the idea that flourished might be FL, that would give us a string OPFL. And we're looking for something that probably means excellent, or it means the other side of the clue, which is tense environment. But I could see if we put the OPFL there, tense can be abbreviated to T, and now we look like we're on the right track. So excellent is going to be top. We need a 4-letter word for environment, probably beginning with almost certainly beginning with a vowel. And it means excellent, and the answer is holiday brain. Top floors, top. Excellent. If something is excellent, it is top. I mean, I'm so confident about top. I'm actually going to see if I can use that. Let's see. Match ending in tense. Tie. Gosh. Well, I don't know. The ending in tense is... You see, you can read this clue. It's quite clever the way it's worded because it can be read in two different cryptic ways. Match ending. Could that be the ending of the word match? That would be an H in a word that means tense. Something like taut is what I'm thinking, T-A-U-T. Or it could be a word, the answer could be a word that means match. The ending in the word tense would be an E. And then we need a word that means tie. That's 4 letters, or the other way around. We could have a 4-letter match, like a test match, I thought. Then an E, testy, but that doesn't mean tie, I don't think. So that's no use. Let's try that one. Collect some bread in unusual haste, has pocket emptied. Collect some bread. Oh, I don't know, maybe this idea of top something is wrong. Let's try this one. Parrot is a lorry, isn't it? Oh, lorikeet, maybe. Expression of dismay by president on film. Well, okay, I don't know. This may well be lorikeet, but yes, it is. Okay, I would have spelt this wrong, but I know there's a lorry like that. I think that's a parrot, but I think lorikeet I'm getting from the wordplay is probably spelt like that. And the way I've backed into that is, if we look at an expression of dismay, an old expression of display, I think was lore, L-O-R, which is I think a shortening of Lord. You might say, oh Lord, as an expression of dismay. And then president is Ike, as in Dwight Eisenhower. And then film, well, very often in cryptic crosswords, a film is E.T., believe it or not. It's that Spielberg classic, still regularly appears. I would say probably appears twice a week in cryptic crossword clues. And we get lorikeet, which is our first complete answer. Let's try 15 letters. Player's agent, introducing celebrities. I don't know. Celebrities is one of those interesting words in cryptic crossword land, because A-list, I really like A-list as sort of a description of celebrities. So agent could be a rep, so player. See, player makes me think we're looking for instrument. Yeah, instrumentalist. That's going to be it. If you're an instrument of something, you're an agent of it. So instrument A-list gives us instrumentalist. I was trying to think of actually the name like pianist or something, but it was more general. So what's this then? Collect some bread in unusual haste. Pass round the hat. Has pocket emptied. I quite like pass round the hat. I'm going to just, because I think if you pass round the hat, you do collect money, as a busker might pass round a hat. Collect some, and bread obviously being a word for money, slang term for money. So pass round the hat in unusual is probably some sort of anagram. Unusual haste has pocket. Emptied. How many? And I need 15 letters. Okay, well, hang on. Okay, maybe it's collect then, is the definition. Pass round the hat. Then some bread could be a round of bread. That would be, you get a round of sandwiches, don't you? So round might be what we're trying to do there. And that would be in 10 letters past the hat. Yeah, okay, and I can get 10 letters from haste, has, and the word pocket emptied out. We take out the O, C, K, and E, the middle part, the heart of the word pocket. We empty it out, we're just left with the P and the T. That gives us 10 letters, and I'm guessing that P, A, S, S, etc., the hat, is an anagram of haste, has, PT, and that will then explain how that wordplay works. Now, okay, let's try 4 down, because this will probably give me, how can I not get this? Top. Excellent. Top. That's top work. That's top. 4 down. Temporarily put up sheltered camp. Yeah, okay, in school with parking. Okay, well, the way to get this is that P is an abbreviation for parking. You might have seen that on maps. And CAM for school. My brain is telling me that CAM is a word for a group of fish. And therefore, a school of fish you may have heard of. So I think CAM and school are synonymous. And therefore, what on earth is going on? Excellent. I mean, intense environment. 4-letter word for environment. Blank C blank blank. I am really confused. I'm now thinking I've not understood this clue at all. Let's see if we can get 5 down. Oddly glum in manner, even speechless. Tongue-tied, I would think. Yeah, it's got something like tone, and yeah, I think it's tongue-tied. I haven't quite understood it yet, but I think tongue-tied feels right for speechless. And I can see that if you take the odd letters of the word glum, so glum oddly, that would be GU. And you've got GU in the middle of the word tongue here. And so GU in manner, well, the tone of something is its manner, isn't it? So, and then even, if you're even in a match, you're tied. So tongue-tied is definitely right. Okay, so I've made a mistake here then. What is going on here? I don't know now. Let's move the cursor because that's upsetting me. Excellent work, flourished, intense environment. I'm totally confused because how can this? Flourished, intense environment. Excellent work. So I'm reading it over and over. I think I've gone mad. I think I've actually gone mad. I mean, how can I just not write this in? Oh. No, I don't like this at all. Tense environment. It's not. Top flight. Yeah, okay. Oh dear. Okay, that's interesting. Gamp. No, I'm much. A gam is a school of Wales, isn't it? A pod of Wales, is that? I don't know the word gamp. I've heard of glamp, as in glamping. I haven't heard of gamp, I don't think. But, sorry, the reason I've changed this is I'm wondering about top flight as the answer. And I can explain that, because that would be op, work, FL, flourished, intense environment. So I thought T was going to be the abbreviation, but the word tense, which is valid. But I think it's saying that tight, if you're tight, if your muscles are tight, they're tense, aren't they? So if we put a tense environment, we can put the word tight around op and FL to give top flight, and that does mean excellent. So, and then I think maybe I was wrong with cam then. Maybe, I mean, gam I certainly know. Well, my brain is telling me that's something to do with Wales. A gam of Wales. And a school of Wales. No, that's probably good. I mean, the only other thing, I mean, it's going to be gamp, gemp, gimp. No. Gomp or gump. Nah. School can't be gum. I think gamp is the answer there, and at least I can explain it. Although I don't know what the word means. I presume it's a bit like glamping. If you go gamping or something, I don't know. Let's try one down. Match ending in tense tie. Yeah, I've got this. If you're a match for something, you're the twin of it. So we could put twin. The ending in tense is e, and twine is something you might use to tie, isn't it? To twine will be to tie, or a tie might be twine, as in I think you might describe as a tie for just a length of string. So twine would certainly meet that. Now, what's this then? Make rueful, somewhat reflective. Oh, eureka! Exclamation in bath. Yes, okay. So, famous exclamation in the bath. I'm sure you've all done it. Is eureka. So that was Archimedes, wasn't it? And there's always one of these, or almost always one of these, in every Times crossword. I say this every week. If you find it, well done. But don't look for a second example of this clue, because unless you're doing the quick cryptic, which I think does allow more than one of these clues, the main Times puzzle will not allow more than one of these. And it's a hidden, the answer to this clue is actually hidden in the words of the clue. So make rueful somewhat is saying, well, take some of the phrase make rueful. And then reflective is saying, let's actually reverse it. Imagine it was in a mirror. And you can see spelt out in make rueful the word EUREKA, eureka, which is the exclamation in the bath that we're looking for. So there we go. We have finally, I think, got to the bottom of the top left corner. Let's have a look at 13 across. Guests in Parliament. Parliament of Owls is what I'm thinking. House something. House... don't know. Conservative or Labour. Guests in Parliament. House party? Yeah, that's probably what it is. If you have a house party, you'd have guests, wouldn't you? And I think a description of the Conservative or the Labour parties in Parliament, they would be parties of the Houses of Parliament. So house party feels right. With the definition just being the word guests. And if that's right, that would give us 13 down, beginning with H. Ancient general. Oh, goodness. So this is going to be some Greek general, probably. Experiences has. Route, not quite fully. Has. I don't know this. So we're going to have to back into to route is to absolutely destroy. So it could be something like, I mean, it's not going to be this. But if there was an old general called Hasdestro, that would be the answer. But it's not that. Let's see if we can justify an S at the start of 16 down, 16 across side. Okay, yeah. So small, if you see it on a T-shirt label, it would mean an S would indicate small size. So S and small is something we're seeing more and more in the Times crossword. A fish is an eyed, believe it or not, IDE. Don't ask me what type of fish it is, but I do know it's a fish. And a channel is a side, as in something, if you're watching a side on television, you'd be watching a channel. So I really like HAS at the start of this general one. Don't know the answer. Let's see if we can get to 19 across. What remains? I'm thinking ash. Ash is something that remains. After last of hour, oh no, okay, recycling efforts. I don't know. Hang on. What remains after last of hour? Recycling efforts. Remains. I'm thinking of something like, I want something to be the answer. Like rehearse or something, but it's not that. I don't think it is anyway. I haven't quite understood that. Let's try 23. Doing whatever it takes with piratical or criminal assistance. Doing whatever it takes. As hard as it. With piratical or criminal assistance. I haven't got a clue. Don't know what that is at all. Let's try it. Maybe we're going to have to go to the top of the grid. Program, health professional, put together with relevant agency. Oh my goodness. Okay, I've got that, surprisingly, because yeah, I used to be a fan of this show when I was a boy. but I've sort of lost touch with it since it's gained massively in popularity, actually. But this is a programme on television, and it is Doctor Who. So the way to get that is a health professional is a doctor, DR, and that's put together with a relevant agency. Well, can we think of an agency that is relevant to health? And the WHO, the World Health Organization, is what I thought of, and that gives us Doctor Who, which is a programme, and that should help with 6 down. Scenes shot equally. Oh. Scenes shot. Oh, I should just be able to write this in. Scenes. Dramas. Yeah, okay, that's right, isn't it? So a drama is a scene. You don't create, if you create a scene, you'd create a drama. And a dram is a shot, as in a shot of whiskey. And if something is equally, it's as. If something is equally good, it's as good. So dramas must be right there. And that gives us, that doesn't give us, but let's have a look at 7 down. Here, a low-pitched buzzing in London thoroughfare. Whitechapel Road. It probably is a monopoly property. Whitechapel Road is what I'm thinking of. Now, why is that? Here, a low pitch. Here, a low-pitched buzzing. Oh, no, okay, that's very clever. So I thought we were going to be... I was trying to think of synonyms for here, and then synonyms for a low-pitched buzzing. But actually, the word buzzing here is an anagram indicator. Here, it's saying, let's anagram the letters of here, a low-pitched. And I think... I mean, I can't tell for sure, but it looks like the anagram fodder for Whitechapel Road is there. Whitechapel Road and the Old Kent Road, isn't it? I think they're a set in UK Monopoly. And anyway, I get to play a lot of Monopoly nowadays. Anyway, let's go to 8 down. Clothes, outfits, I'm thinking. Brought here, outfitter, unfashionable. No, that's right, outfitter. Okay. So, clothes are bought here at somebody who sells outfits, an outfitter. If something's unfashionable, it's Simon-like, or out, as in, the opposite of in. If something is in, it's very trendy. If something is out, it's more like me, and unfashionable. And more appropriate, if something is fitter, it's more appropriate. Now, what on earth is this, then? Petitions involving legal affairs by Island, Indonesian 1. Wow. So are we looking for the name of an Indonesian island? Bali, Sumatra, Java. Ooh. Petitions, if you petition somebody, don't you sue them? So if that was right, sue... Legal affairs, legal affairs. Law? Sulawesi? That rings some sort of bell. So the way that would break down, petitions is sues. Involving legal affairs, law. That's the bit I'm not that confident about. By island, that can be abbreviated to I. That would give Sulawesi. Which feels, I think I've heard of it, but I'm not certain. I've only been to Bali of the Indonesian islands. A fascinating place. I actually saved someone's life, believe it or not, in Bali. I know that seems an unlikely thing for somebody like me to have done, but someone was drowning in the sea, and there were no lifeguards or anything. Anyway, let's move on. Scrap. Religious festival. It's a double definition. We need a word that means scrap. We need a word that it means religious festival. If you're familiar with the festival of Whit, as in Whit Sunday, for example, then that's going to be your answer there. A scrap of something is a whit of it. 17 across. Job on estate. Gamekeeper. One expected to save up for it. It must be gamekeeper. I haven't worked out why yet. One expected to save is a keeper. That's brilliant. This is an example of where a clue writer has come up with a phrasing that's it's really beautiful to me when people use English this well. So job on a stage is the definition, gamekeeper. One expected to save is a keeper, as in a goalkeeper on a football field. And if you're up for it, you're game. So one expected to save up for it is a gamekeeper. And just the whole framing of that clue, the way it works, that is quite beautiful. That's my favourite clue so far. Okay, let's try 12 down. Not exactly circa, so I'm thinking CA maybe, Casablanca. No, it's not that. A man to excite with energy going spare. Oh, goodness me. Not exactly a man to excite. What's that? A man to excite. Casanova? With energy. I haven't got it. Casanovan or something is where my subconscious is taking me, but I can't justify it at all. 15 down. One into wine. There's a word which isn't right, which is I think an enophile, spelled something like that, which is a lover of wine. One into wine. Note. That's average. Word. So this is going to be a word that means average, like I don't know, standard or something, but obviously not that. Wine could be red, perhaps. And then note will be one of the musical notes. And that's always difficult because it could be literally the letter A, B, C, D, E, F, or G, or it could be do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, each of which have spellings. So I don't know that. Let's try 18 down. Lads throw every so often about to land. Lads throw every so often about to land. Yeah, I've nearly got this. Yeah, I have got this. Okay, so the key to this is to read the middle part of the clue correctly. So what does every so often mean? And I had the idea it might mean take the regular letters from the phrase lads throw. Now, we looked at one earlier which was to take the odd numbered letters. It was indicated by the word oddly, I think. But let's think about the word let's take the evenly numbered letters from lads throw, so that letters in positions 2, 4, 6, 8, etc. And you can see that will spell out A, S, H, O. And we're not there yet, but we're nearly there, because we've got about, something is about something, it's re it, and that gives us ashore, which means to land, which means land or to land. Does it mean to land as a verb? To ashore? Land. To land. I don't know about ashore as a verb, but I'm certain it's right as an answer to the clue. If you're on land, you are ashore. I'm not sure how the to works in the clue. That's probably just me not overlooking some. So what's this? By hook or by crook? Oh, I like by hook or by crook. Piratical. Yeah, that's going to be right. By hook or by crook. Doing whatever it takes. You'd say by hook or by crook if you're trying to doing something, whatever it took to do it. With piratical, well, that's going to be a reference to Captain Hook, or piratical, or criminal. Well, criminal is a crook. So by hook, the pirate, or by crook, the criminal, is what's going on there. Now we get a B and a K in crossing positions, and another B here. Oh, let's have a look at this one then. This is the ancient general. Experiences, so route, not quite, fully. I don't know it. Let's try 24. Moving supply, but I read that as moving supply. I was wondering about lithe there. Of things for reading literature, so lit, and the abbreviation for an ambassador, believe it or not, these are the things you learn from doing a lot of cryptic crosswords, is His Excellency, HE. So lithe is the answer, and all we had to do to get that clue was just read it correctly. And of course, the constructor is expecting you to read a moving supply of things for reading. But if you read it as moving supply, or moving supply, then we can get it. Oh, Hannibal. Oh no, hang on. No, that can't be right. Has. No, it means not the right number of letters. So what is this then? To route is to, or not quite fully, could be most of the word all, couldn't it? And that would mean I just need a 4-letter word, which means route. Oh gosh, there's a massive noise there, sorry. I don't know what that is. Route. To rout is to just destroy, to absolutely trounce. It's to... Well, this is definitely an answer we're going to have to back into. I'm going to have to think of a 4-letter synonym for route. I haven't got it yet. Absolutely bomb? No. To route isn't to bomb, is it? And then I thought this might begin with R. So if that began with R, to route would be blank R blank B. Drub. If you give someone a drubbing, you would rout them. Hasdrubal. It can't be. Can't be, can it? But this is an example, actually, of a clue that's annoying to me from the perspective of speed solving. Because if you know the name of the ancient general, and you read the word experiences, which anyone who's experienced a cryptic crosswords would read it as has, especially if you've got the H from house party, this is a write-in. And yet for me, I'm going to spend sort of 10 minutes thinking about this clue, just due to a lack of classical education. I'm going to try this one instead. 22. I repeat, I have a large bill, an ibis. Bis, I think, is a word that means repeat. It's a strange word, I know, but I'm pretty sure it does. I wish I had my dictionary today. It's so typical that we get, what do we have? We had FL for flourished. There was something else I wanted to look up, but have no ability to do that. But I think bis is a word that means to repeat. And I have a large bill is saying that the answer to the clue has a large bill, and an ibis is a bird with a large bill. So I think that's going to be the answer. Let's try 21 down. Fine, that's going to be okay for interrupting a game. So this is poker. A is a word that means per is a word that means a, as in if somebody said per capita, that would mean per head, wouldn't it? So each a. That's not a massive number. So fine is okay. Interrupting in the middle of a word that means a. So poker. In fact, this is reminding me of. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to tell this story. Oh, but I will. I will. In Mark's London property has problems with his neighbours who get very cross if there is any noise from upstairs. So if Mark moves a chair from one place to another, they go absolutely stir crazy. And I was just thinking that I think somebody's moving furniture upstairs in the apartments that I'm staying in. And if I was Mark's neighbour now, I would go upstairs and read the write-up. But fortunately, I'm not. Let's move on. 20 across. Tonic following. Tablet I knocked back. Tonic. Philip must be. Philip is a nice tonic, isn't it? So following is F. That's an abbreviation that's in Chambers. Tablet is a pill. And I, so pill I is knocked back. It's reversed to give Philip, which is a tonic. Now, have we looked? We did look at this. This was one I thought meant average. Mediocre. Medoc. Yeah, okay. So we've got 1 into wine. We've got 1, which is this, Roman numeral for number 1, or 1 as in I the person, enters Medoc for wine, and then the note was from do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. The way to remember that, do, a deer, a female deer, re, a tropic rolling sun, although re is spelled in that instance re. So for the musical note, so that is how that one is justified. And then we've got, okay, what's this one then? Last of crop is probably P. Seeds run out, so it's going to be an anagram of seeds run. One must keep stocking up, which is a suspender, so it's an anagram. Suspender, something that keeps the stocking up. And it's just an anagram of P, seeds, run. Those letters are out. They are put out of order, if you like. Oh, so what's this? Calamitous or something? Going spare. Not exactly. A man to excite. With energy, going spare. Well, okay, I've had another idea. To rouse is to excite. With energy going spare might be take the E, which is an abbreviation for energy. If you think of the equation E equals mc squared, E in that equation means energy. Energy equals mass times the speed of light squared. So, excite with energy going spare might be cluing this ending. Not exactly. A man. So is this the name of a man? 6 letters, blank A, blank A, blank, blank. And the whole thing means not exactly. Well, I don't know now. Not exactly. Now, so we're left with these 3 answers, and I don't know. I haven't given this one a great deal of thought. Let's go back to that then. What remains after last of hour? So I thought that was going to be R, didn't I? The last of the word hour. And then recycling efforts. Recycling efforts with a question mark makes me wonder if it's going to begin with an E, as in e-commerce is it's to do with, well, no, I was going to say no, e-commerce is more online. I was trying to think of E as in eco, recycling efforts. What remains? The residual. My brain feels like the laptop fan now, whirring crazily. What remains after last of hour recycling efforts? I don't know. Rehashes? They're sort of... I quite like rehashes, but I can't think for the life of me why it's right. What is this answer? Good grief. Right, and why is this rehashes? What remains? Ash. Ashes remain. After last of hour, Oh no, goodness, this is even cleverer. Right. What is an exclamation. If somebody said to you something and you went, what? You would actually be, that's synonymous with saying, eh? You know, EH means what? So EH, you might see that in a cartoon, in a speech bubble in a cartoon, EH, which would mean what? So what plus ashes, things that they're remains, aren't they? After the last of the word are, it's our, which is are, that gives rehashes, which is defined as recycling efforts. If you rehash something, you try it again, don't you? You do it in a different way. So it's recycling efforts. That's very, very clever. That, for me, that and Gamekeeper are absolutely superb. Now, the bad thing is that I have got very little help now for my ancient general. Experiences has. Route. Not quite fully. I mean, this must be a consonant, mustn't it? I mean, to drub, hastrubal. I mean, so lewd. That cannot be a word. That cannot be a name. So I must be able to do better than that. I mean, the other thought is that we delete this A here, and we're looking for a 7-letter word for to route, and we're treating that we're taking that word, and it's not quite fully. So can we think of a 7-letter word which means route, with blank R, blank B, blank L, blank, effectively? And the answer is no. The answer is no. I can't think of that. So that makes me think that not quite fully. If something is all, it is fully. If you're all in, you are fully in. So not quite fully is most of the word all, I think. AL. I like that. So, and that takes us back to our first thought, which is, can we come up with a 4-letter word for route? Which fits in this word and isn't the word drub. Come on. Okay, are we going to have to do an alphabet trawl, aren't we? Let me just think about that for a second. So route is, I mean, all of the words I can come up with are so ridiculous. Grub, crap. They just don't. I mean, C as a starting letter here would be at least Hascrible or something would be. It would feel plausible as being a name, but crab doesn't mean route. Crib doesn't. Crib, no. P there has. No. T also is quite a nice hastrable or something. Trab, trib, trub. Unless it's a word I don't know. I don't like any of those. W, X, Y, and Z. I mean, no. So, ancient, general, experiences, route. I mean, the only thing is hasdrubal. To drub, I think, is a word that could mean to route. I don't really believe that. I have to tell you. I mean, I'll leave it in because I haven't thought of anything else. And maybe I've misunderstood how the clue works. But I'm deeply suspicious that's absolute nonsense. Now, can we get anything in here then? And what did I... Not exactly. Not exactly. A man to excite. So, okay, so we wanted a word that was a man. Not exactly a man. So, a man has got to be blank A, blank A, blank E. Now, a man could be like a chess man as a chess piece, or a draftsman as in a draft on a game piece is what I'm thinking of. Or it could be the name of a man. Not exactly. Not exactly. Oh, goodness me. I don't know what this one is either. Have I made any mistakes? No, I think all of these checking letters are right. Not exactly. Not exactly. Why can't I just write this in? Why can't I think of any word that fits? Not exactly. Cadaverous. Oh, I like cadaverous. Ooh, okay. Now what is going on there? Because I've got this wrong then with my energy going. Oh, with energy going. Oh, right. That's brilliant. That's a brilliant clue. I'm fair play. Okay. So I had several correct thoughts when passing this, but I didn't put any of them together quite correctly. But now I have. So my idea of rouse with energy going spare, what I didn't realise was that would work if it was just to excite, to rouse, with energy going. The word spare wasn't necessary for indicating get rid of the E. So spare could be the definition. And that then gets me where I need to be, because not exactly could be circa, CA, or it could be just C, but in this case it's CA. A man is Dave, believe it or not, a man's name, but the name is Dave. So we've got CA, Dave, and then to excite, to rouse with the energy going. And cadaverous means skeletal, doesn't it? It means, and if you were skeletal, you'd be really thin. You would be spare. That's very clever. Okay, so I am fairly confident about most of this. Is this a pangram, by the way? Because there's a lot of weird letters in it. No, I don't think I typed Q. No, I don't think I typed JR either, actually. It just looks, as I stare at the grid there, like it's got quite a lot of weird letters in it. But this word, I'm pretty sure is wrong. Well, I just don't know it. Hasdrubal. If it's right, I look forward to entertaining anecdotes that will allow me to remember Hasdrubal if it ever comes up again. Let us see if it's correct. So submit without the leaderboard. I don't believe that's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. How can Hasdrubal be a thing? Wow. Okay. Well, that's great. Sulawesi was right. I'd sort of heard of Sulawesi, I think. But again, let's just have a quick look at this puzzle, because I think it's fascinating to ruminate occasionally on the depth of erudition that these constructors have. Here we're meant to know about things like Doctor Who. And we're also meant to know about classical exclamations in the bath. We have to know a little bit about geography. We have to know this word, Hasdrubal, or somehow, some way to get it. What else have we got? We've got Gamp in there. I don't even know what that means still. It was camping or something, wasn't it? We needed to know there was a wine from the Medoc region. What else? There's a reference to Captain Hook here as well. There was something else I wanted to point out. Eisenhower. Law is an old exclamation. The correct way of addressing an ambassador. I mean, there's a fair amount that you have to bring to bear, isn't there? Your religious festival here. I really like that. Gamekeeper. Was it rehashes as well? It was very, very clever. And then cadaverous. Yeah, those three crossing each other were absolutely brilliant. Brilliances on the constructor's part, and hopefully this video will appear. I will now test out the speed of the upload. Thank you for watching. If you do like these videos, please do drop a like on them or leave us a kind comment. It'd be most appreciated, and encourage the algorithm to share these a bit more widely. And we'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic.